Proverbs 3:5-6. Trusting God when medicine failed, from one Bible verse. SW. I still remember the sterile white walls of the hospital room, the way the doctor avoided eye contact, the sound of my husband squeezing my hand, trying to be strong for both of us. The doctor's voice was calm, almost rehearsed. We've tried everything, sorry. I had a name for what was wrong, an autoimmune disease that had slowly taken over my body, draining my energy, blurring my vision, weakening my muscles. But I had no name for the emotional exhaustion it brought. 5 years of chasing hope down medical hallways, pills, procedures, specialists, and now nothing left. At first, I broke down. I stopped answering texts. I stopped going to church. I even stopped praying, except for one stubborn cry. Why, God? People tried to comfort me. They meant well, but the words felt hollow. God has a plan. You're strong. But what if I wasn't strong? What if I didn't want a plan that included suffering? Then came the verse, not through a sermon or devotion, but through a small gesture. A nurse, maybe 30 years old, quiet, left a sticky note on my tray table one night. She didn't say anything, just smiled and walked out. On that note were these words: trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. I read it and felt something shift. Not everything, just something. I didn't sleep that night. I kept staring at that verse, especially the part that said, lean not on your own understanding, because mine was failing. I had leaned on doctors, research, logic. I had leaned on my ability to figure it out. But Proverbs wasn't asking me to understand it, was asking me to trust. So, the next morning, I prayed. Not a long, eloquent prayer. Just, God, I don't get it, but I'm here. Teach me to trust you. That was the first of many mornings. I began writing that verse in my journal every day. I memorized it. I whispered it when my body hurt. I spoke it over my soul when discouragement tried to suffocate me. And slowly, so slowly, I began to heal. Not always physically, but in my spirit, my outlook, my heart. God started sending me people, a counselor who didn't just treat symptoms, but helped me process grief. A new specialist who looked at my chart with fresh eyes and offered a different, holistic approach. A church friend who had battled cancer and simply sat with me, not offering answers, just presence. Over the next year, I did begin to see improvement. Small steps, more energy, fewer flares, longer walks. But the biggest healing was unseen. I had peace. Peace, not because I knew the path, but because I knew the one guiding it. I learned that trusting God doesn't mean you always feel strong. It means you stay when it would be easier to run. It means you choose hope when it seems unreasonable. It means you lift your eyes in faith, even when your knees are trembling. Proverbs 3:5-6 is now written in 3 places in my home. Not because it's magic, but because it reminds me who's writing the story. And even when medicine fails, even when understanding falls short, God does not. If you read in that place where it feels like everything you depended on is crumbling, take this as a gentle nudge from someone who's been there. Trust Him, not because it's easy, but because He is still good. Share and comment this if you believe God still writes the best stories.